We are live. Jennifer Green, this is a fun and exciting day. I don't know if you've been watching your stats on where you're going. You're doing very, very well.
Am I? Oh my goodness, that's great to hear.
So for those that are listening or will listen to this video, Jennifer has an amazing children's book that has been published today. And I put the link in the chat and down below here, Breathe Like Gwendolyn. Tell us about how this book, where you got the inspiration for it, what's going on with it, and why did you write a book like this?
Thanks for asking that question. There's a lot of depth to that question. I'm a mindfulness specialist. I'm an educator and now a children's author. And I go back in time. For many years, I was a wellness professional, and I dealt with a variety of different wellness programs and dealt with all kinds of ages. And I was able to help support young and old alike. And through that journey, I saw a lot of stress, and I was really focused on helping children and adults find better coping strategies to deal with stress and anxiety because it was just so rampant. And as the years progressed, I wanted to do more. So I ended up becoming an educator, and I've been doing that for many, many years. And the same thing arose, I should say, in the classroom. Throughout the years, anxiety and stress has been increasing, not decreasing. And that's incredibly alarming. It's not something that we want to be experiencing. I'm sorry, I hope you don't hear my kitty cat.
Well, you'll probably hear my birds or my dogs.
That wants to hug me. I'm so sorry about that. This is
It's about the children, right?
You're like children. That's so true. Okay, I think he's okay now. So yeah, the experience of seeing stress and anxiety throughout these particular venues that I've been in terms of the wellness industry and the educational field, it's just been alarming, and it's something that I've been able to perfect throughout the years, and it's a service that I want to be able to provide children and families so that they can have their best, most resilient, happy life. So that's sort of the fire behind me in terms of the real need for that. So that's kind of a big thing. Yeah.
Sorry, I have somebody that just came to my door, and I'm like, don't ring.
I hope that you can hear me okay.
I can hear you very well. And okay. So sorry for these little interruptions. I was afraid my dogs would start barking through this. I'm like, don't ring the doorbell. So, what I think is so amazing is because, we're living in some very trying times right now for everyone. It's not just our country. It's not just Canada. It's around the world. And I think our children are faced with a lot of change. Many of them are not even able to go to school. Yeah. And oftentimes the parents aren't equipped to fill in the gaps. And I think this is where we all need to really, not only ourselves breathe like Gwendolyn, but to teach our children, because this can save, as they feel like they're just like, they're just kind of lost with the whole process, that they can come back and do well.
Yeah, it's so poignant that you bring that up. We are living in unprecedented times right now, and stress and anxiety has always been there, but right now we have this extra layer of stress, and families and children, we just really need to have those tools. Our little toolbox needs to be full so that we can pick the right strategies that work best for us. And something that might work well for me might not necessarily work for someone else. However, our breath is always there, and we can always use that tool to help us benefit in so many ways. I mean, there's so much science to back up mindfulness and breath practice. It's unbelievable. And how quickly and effectively it helps a person feel better, literally within minutes. And if you start to incorporate this on a regular basis, integrating it into your life, the power of breath and mindfulness just magnifies itself in your life in every facet possible. And why not use these tools? There's no cost to it. It's free. It's part of the jar.
Right. It's a part of the fiber of us. That's what keeps us ticking.
And it's amazing, Mother Nature gave us these tools, but because we live in a society so full of busy, that we sometimes forget who we are, and the simple skills and strategies that we have to be able to self-regulate, to feel better, to just come back to oneself and go, all right, I'm safe, I'm okay, because that's what it's all about, right? It's how our body responds to stress. Something that I might think is like terrifying, you might find exhilarating. And so stress is perceived differently to each individual. And so when we allow, or teach ourselves these strategies, we're able to customize our mindfulness program so that we optimize our health through our mind, body, and spirit connections. So it's
Well,
so
I have found that sometimes it is easy to forget, especially if you get caught up in the busy. But
yeah.
how remarkable it feels when you stop, you catch yourself and decide to start breathing. Just pay attention to that breath and what a difference that makes. It's like you can feel it all throughout your whole body. What a difference that makes. And it's really kind of magical, and so very fitting for the name of your book.
Thank you. That's exactly how I felt. That's why I called it that precise, the exact precise reason.
So I think too, we're all children at heart. So reading a book like this is not just for the little ones. It's the stories, the illustrations are magical in and of themselves. They're beautiful. Gives a lot of talking points, and it's so beautiful. I know there's times that I have. One of my grandchildren would be with me, and you could feel them just kind of being uptight, and just because of the things that are going on, and you catch them and talk to them about breathing, and you can see them just kind of it's fun.
It is so fun, and children, and that's a really good point you bring up, because the younger we teach mindfulness, and that's another reason I wrote this for that age level, is that the younger we can incorporate mindfulness and breath practice into our life, the easier it is, because our brain is developing, our bodies are developing. So we literally become the best version of ourselves sooner the better. And yeah.
Right. The sooner the better is actually very true. So when, as you're in going through this book launch and beyond, because we want this book to continue to sell and to continually be out there for the world, what do you hope will happen? What would be your dream come true happen from the time that it's taken, the efforts that it's taken to bring this book to the world?
Oh, that's a great question. If this book could be put in the hands of every single child in the world, I cry. It would be my greatest joy. And oh my goodness, it would allow these children to find hope when they might find that they don't have it, because we're all going through so much. And our lives are filled with challenges, but to have that hope and to have those tools to know that you can get through and be better on the other side, more resilient, more hopeful, more vibrant and happy, that would be my greatest wish, to be able to help children that way. So that would be my greatest wish, is to help carry on the message and to help children all around the globe.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, that'll be the aim, and the marketing that goes into that is what's going to keep it alive. But as more and more read about it, and if you have picked up a copy of this, be sure and share it with the little ones in your life, and also with those that are in charge with caring for the little ones in our lives, and make sure that they get that opportunity. Jennifer, I'm so pleased and excited to have been able to kind of get acquainted with you and work with you through this process of this amazing, beautiful book, and can wish you only the best. And we'll be keeping tabs on what happens with it as we go through this. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you. And I just want to say a big thank you to you. You've been such an inspiration to me, and you've helped keep me focused, and you helped remind me to breathe.
Something that we always need, don't we?
I so cherish you. And that's the other piece of mindfulness too, is that we work well in community, and through community, we uplift each other to make the world a better place. So thank you
Yes.
for being you and helping me on my journey to helping others. So thank you.
Thank you. And many blessings to you.
You too.
All right.